What's up everyone? This is Mr. Lang, and today's video is on combining like terms. You'll need your notebook and a pencil, and that's about it. So let's get started. Alright, combining like terms. As you can see, I've got the C, the L, and the T in red. The reason I did that is because it helps me remember the process of combining like terms. I'll show you what I mean. The C stands for circling. I like to circle. The L for drawing lines underneath, and the T for triangles. I like to use boxes too, but there's no B in combining like terms. Well, I guess there's one in there, but it's hidden, so that doesn't count. So, we're going to draw a circle, lines, triangles, boxes to kind of sort these things out. And like terms have the same variables and powers. You need both. So let me just give you a couple examples here. Easiest one here is 6 plus 3. They're just constants, just plain old numbers. When you combine like terms here, you just add. So 6 plus 3 gives you 9. Another example would be 4x plus 3x. It's the same variable x, and the same power is to the first power. We don't write it, it's kind of invisible, it's like a 1 up there, but they do have the same power as well. So 4x's plus 3x's gives us 7x. Another one, we've got 6y squared minus y squared. Well, first of all, it's the same variable y, the same power 2, so we can combine them. Now, when it just says y squared, you think of it, it's not written, but it's really like a 1y squared. So 6y squared minus 1y squared would give us 5y squared. One more example before we get to the real ones. A 10x squared plus a 5x. Now they've got the same variable x, but the powers are different. We got a 2 and we got a 1. So we can't combine them. This one is just done. Alright? Can't do anything with that. Almost a trick question there. So let's actually get to the real examples where we start circling and underlining and whatnot. Alright, example number 1. It's 5x minus 7 minus 3x. Usually I like to start with the variables, and so we've got a 5x here. I'm going to circle all the terms with x's. And we've got a negative 3x. Alright, don't forget that negative there. You got to circle the sign. And then the only thing left here is the constant, a minus 7. So I'm just going to underline it. So we're going to combine all the circled, which is a 5x and a minus 3x. That'll give us 2x. And then we just got that minus 7 left over, which we can't combine with the x because they're not like terms. So our final answer is just 2x minus 7. Done. Another example. Example number 2. Y plus 4 plus x minus 3y minus 1. I'll start with the y's. I guess this time I'll circle the y's. And I've got a negative 3y here. We do have x's. So I guess I will triangle this x here. And that's the only one. And then I've got my constants, which is a positive 4 and a negative 1. So when we combine all these, I got a y, 1y, plus a negative 3y, which would give us negative 2y. I've got 1x here. And then a positive 4 and a negative 1 gives me 3. I can't combine anymore, so this is my final answer, negative 2y plus x plus 3. Let's step it up a notch. Got a long, nasty one here. Example 3 is 2x squared minus 4x plus 5 minus 3x plus 8 plus 4x squared. I'm going to start with the x squared since they have the highest power. You can start anywhere you want. So we got a 2x squared and a positive 4x squared. We've got, I'll use boxes here, a 4x and a negative 3x. And my leftovers are the positive 5 and the positive 8. I like, either marking every single one of these things so you won't miss one. So let's see what we got here. Positive 2x plus positive 2x squared plus 4x squared gives us 6x squared. A negative 4x and a negative 3x gives me negative 7x or minus 7x. And a 5 plus 8 gives us 13. There's my answer, 6x squared minus 7x plus 13. Example number 4, we'll go with some higher powers than squareds. This one's y to the 5th plus 4y to the 4th plus 6y to the 5th plus 3. So we'll start with the highest power, which are the fifths, the y to the 5ths. We got y to the 4th, 4y to the 4th here. And we got a constant. So really the only terms we can combine are the 1y to the 5th and the 6y to the 5th. Add them, we get 7y to the 5th. Everything else stays the same. Plus 4y to the 4th plus 3. Done. 7y to the 5th plus 4y to the 4th plus 3. I got 2 more examples for you and then we're done. Both of these deal with the distributive property. So whenever you see something that needs a distributive property, you can tell because they got the parentheses and something on the outside that you need to multiply. These are two-step problems. So what I like to do is draw an equal sign and do the distributive part, distribute in this case the 4, and then combine like terms. So I've got the 4 on the outside, so I need to multiply the 4 times the 2y and the 4 times the positive 5. So 4 times 2y gives us 8y. 4 times the 5 gives us 20. Then this plus 10 is just added on afterwards. So that's step 1. Step 2 is actually to combine. Well, the only like terms I have are the positive 20 and the positive 10. We know that'll give us 30. So my final answer will be 8y plus 30. All right, last example. Example 6. This time the distributive part is second, but here's the trick with this one. This is a minus 10. So we're actually distributing a negative 10 to the w squared and a negative 10 to the w. So first of all, we're just going to rewrite this doing the distributive part. So this would be 6w squared. Negative 10 times w squared would be negative 10w squared. Negative 10 times w gives us negative 10w. Now let's see what we can combine. We've got a 6w squared and a negative 10w squared. Those we can combine. And then this is separate, the negative 10w. So putting this all together, we got, well, 6w squared minus 10w squared would be negative 4w squared, and then minus 10w. Different powers, can't combine them. Beautiful. Let's get to the sea of questions. CYA questions stands for check your understanding questions. So what you're probably going to want to do here is pause it, copy these problems down in your notes, and do them. And then I'm going to show you how to put them online, put your answers online. All right? So pause it here, copy down these questions, do them, and then we'll put them online. Thanks for listening.